We are now in 4.2 and we're going to be starting actually working with trigonometry. So in 4.1 it was mostly about angles, and that just lays the groundwork for what we do with trigonometry. So today we're going to take a look at the six different trig values. You've probably heard of these before, and you've probably heard of the shortcut SOHCAHTOA to remember sine, cosine, and tangent. But just a quick refresher of what all that is about. First of all, we have a right triangle here. The right angle is in that spot. And with that right angle, and if we're looking at this as our defined angle, A is where theta is, then our opposite is across from theta, our adjacent is right next to it, and then the hypotenuse is the one that's across from the right angle. So we set up sine, cosine, and tangent. Remember that we use SOHCAHTOA to say that sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and then tangent is opposite over adjacent. And so we can remember it in that way for sine, cosine, and tangent. What's the next thing that's important to do is to note that certain ones are reciprocals of one another. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse, but the one that goes with it is cosecant. That's hypotenuse over opposite, so that is just flipped around. It doesn't seem like that should be the one too. It seems like cosecant and cosine should go together, but they don't. Cosine, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, goes with secant, which is hypotenuse over adjacent, and so those are reciprocals of one another. And then the last one, we've got tangent and cotangent that are also reciprocals. What I would do is just memorize these ones, the normal ones, which you probably already do have memorized, and then make sure you know which one is the reciprocal and just flip them over. I wouldn't spend a lot of time memorizing these because we can always look them up or use what we know from sine, cosine, and tangent to get the values we need.